Hey there, vinyl community. So I like to watch this gentleman from Australia, Ben Rankins. You probably heard his show. Great show. He does a lot of Australian garage rock and but a lot of things. Incorporates a lot of different things. Great show. Great guy. Seems like a really cool, good guy. And he did about 10, 12 days ago or so. He did this little 5 times 10. It's 5 albums from 10 band, or I'm sorry, from the last 10 years. That's it. 5 albums from the last 10 years, and the bands couldn't be more than 10 years old. And it was a little contest. I'd never done one of these before, but I thought I'd do it just because it's a cool channel, and I haven't, it's a way of kind of looking at some music I haven't maybe looked at in a while. So I picked out 5 albums from, one from each year from 2023 going backwards, and I cheated a little bit, but that's what happens. So anyway, I just thought I would give it a try. So starting with 2023, brand new record that I just recently got. Got this from listening to Stunt Rock Confusion's live stream. Probably hear me say that a lot. It's where I get a lot of good music from. Stunty's got a great live stream, and he plays music you won't hear anywhere else. But this is a great record, electronic music record. The 18-minute gap, and this is I heard just the one track that I think Stunty played, and then I ordered it, and I didn't want to listen to any more because I wanted to wait till I got the vinyl. And this is so good. This is the best thing I've heard all year. Right now I just say this is the best thing I've heard all year. Just a stunning, glitchy, electronic, subtle, but also just bringing you into its own, electronic world. And great record, brilliant record. And if you haven't heard this yet, it's a great one. Next is another album that I heard on Stunty's live stream, electronic music record, and this is a stunner too. If you haven't heard that yet, then you need to take the time for it. Thinking of You. If ever a record was represented by its cover design, I think this is the record that is. This is a stunning mix of electronics and jazz with, if I understand correctly, this guy makes up his own instruments in a way and plays them and then processes them through electronics. What a unique sound. Gorgeous and colorful and textural, but so much more. Very musical, and which is maybe the best description that I can think of for it. Very musical, very upbeat, and just a really killer record. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those records that 10 years from now people are going to be still talking about. That's how good this is. Check it out if you get a chance. Is that too loud? I feel like that's too loud. Hold on a minute. So next, just for something a little different. So this is a newer band, certainly in the last 10 years, but Ripley Johnson, who is the main creator here, has been in a number of different bands. Thrill Jockey, they're on Thrill Jockey, he's on Moon Duo and on Wooden Ships. Both fantastic, psychedelic, krautrock bands. Fantastic. But on this, on Rose City Band, he goes in a completely different direction. And this is kind of psychedelic country rock. which is, I think, a category that is easy to almost kind of dismiss. You know, it's kind of laid back and mellow, but this is a really great record. You almost want to dismiss it as kind of like, you know, sitting around the campfire. And that's kind of up front, kind of, I think, you know, what it's all about. But there's layers that I think go deeper in this. And I think there's a lot of, to me anyway, this is the album I listened to a lot during COVID. And it became a really personal record that touched something, not nostalgic really, but something about how the past can affect the future, and how things aren't always, you know, what they appear to be. And beautiful record, very personal record for me, and I love it. It's a great record. And if you're not familiar with Rose City Band, they've done four records now. First one's a stunner. This one's a stunner. The one that they did after this is a stunner. And they did a newer one that I haven't really heard bits and pieces of, but I couldn't judge it yet. But everything that I've heard is amazing. And this record in particular is a stunner. So my next year, so what's that give us, the 20, and this was a record that I think a lot of people kind of overlooked. People know Daniel Avery. This is an album that he did, Illusions of Time. This is a little different, I think, for Daniel. When I first heard it, I wasn't sure I liked it. It was really different from what we've grown to expect from him, and I think maybe that's a good thing, because in the long term, I listened to this quite a bit. Again, during those COVID months when we were all, you know, locked down, this got a lot of time, and it's a swirling, synthetic sounds of color and texture, you know, just like a tornado across your, you know, across the room, just all encompassing, and it brings you into its own sonic world. It's a really stunning piece of work, and you gotta like this kind of thing, you know, if you're not prepared for it. You know, this is really different from, you know, if you're not used to electronic music, you know, this might not be the place to start. But if you are, this is an album that I think was easy to overlook from those days. It didn't get a lot of attention. It seemed like it came and went. And it was just one that I grabbed upon, listened to, and ended up becoming an important part of my life during those months. And it was fun to come back and find it again. And that's what's so fun about like a contest like this, is you end up kind of reinvestigating things. Great record. Then finally is the album I have on right now. And I think everyone kind of knew, you know, this whole, when jazz kind of came back, it never went away, but there was this whole explosion of jazz sounds coming out of London and New York and other cities, and it seemed like some of the younger players were starting to rediscover jazz as an ongoing concern, rather than just nostalgic or looking, you know, backward towards the bygone days of a time, you know, gone, and playing to that kind of nostalgia or the kind of mythology that had been built up. And I think this is Binker and Moss, Moses, Alive in the East. And I remember when this came out, and it got a lot of, got a lot of accolades at the time. I ended up picking it up, and I thought it was a really, really exciting record then. I haven't listened to it for a while, probably not since, you know, maybe COVID times, and bringing it out again and giving it a play was it was just as exciting and fun and vibrant and alive as I remember it being back then. And it's not really what I would call free jazz, but it's not letting all those labels kind of burden it. Instead, it's just taking from spiritual and free and bop and mixing all those together in a really exciting modern way. And if there's a like modern mainstream for jazz, this might be it, at least in my estimation. If you haven't listened to this in a while, I would say give it a listen. This is a great record, and one that might be sitting on your shelf and hasn't gotten any play for a while. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well this is aged. Anyway, there's my 5 choices. I think I broke the rules a little bit, but I hope that's all right. Ben Rankin, great channel, and he's amazing guy with an amazing insight into music, especially kind of Australian garage and psychedelic and punk and occasionally some metal and stuff in there too. Just a wealth of knowledge. And anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed that.